Hey, hey, hey. How y'all doing today? I'm trying to use my phone as a camera because I can't, I don't like the way this picture looking. So I'm trying to use my phone as my camera. So be patient with me real quick. So how y'all doing today? I'm just chilling. I've been, I've been doing a lot of things. I've been, actually looking at this. I was on a strange call yesterday, and I didn't like the call. I really didn't because that call yesterday was strange. I know I'm trying to set this up so I can actually get in. Let me see. Uh, that call yesterday was strange. So I'm trying to do it now. Can y'all see me? Yeah. I'm trying to figure out how to do this. I gotta mute something. Trying to figure out what. One second. And so, yes, I didn't like that. I didn't like that call because how it was going was kind of strange. Let's see. I mute that. Oh man, I don't know. I'll turn this light down. Can y'all hear me now? Can y'all still hear me? Oh, I don't know if y'all can hear me. I just turned my. Matter of fact, let me turn my camera off over here. Okay, so I can see myself on my phone camera. That look pretty good. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, I didn't like that show last night. Some of it I understood, and I understood about how we were in the beginning. Can y'all hear me? I just don't like this laptop. Don't. If y'all ever get a Dell, the XPS is pretty good as far as the processor, but where the camera is, I don't like it a bit. Let me see. I can set it up here on my laptop and see what happens. Okay, let's see. Okay, and so um, I don't like I don't like the way it's. I don't like the way. Can y'all hear me? Let me know if y'all can hear me, cause I got the computer speaker down. I don't know if y'all can hear me. Can anybody type and say yes? How y'all doing tonight? I'm trying. I gotta get me a webcam because I was trying not to get it, but every time I seen this video on this camera, it was kind of it was kind of dark, and I don't like the darkness. Um, thank you so much. And I don't like the darkness, but the show that I was on last night, I don't know. See, oh man, I'm about to do it better than that. Let me see. Okay. Oh, how about now? And so the show I was on last night, I can understand. I don't want to say his name, but if everybody was on that show last night, they know exactly what show I'm talking about. And I just can't do it that way. Hold on. I got a lot of technical issues tonight. I'm just gonna give me a webcam. Trying to do all this is a lot of headaches. And the camera falling over. Lord Jesus. And so, okay. And so that show last night, man, it was it was strange, man. It was real strange. And I mean, I know what they own, um, the frequency guy, the one that think that we can change everything. I can understand what the Bible says that can move mountains and we can move things if we have faith. But what it seemed like last night, it was like a joke. The guy on there talking about he was Jesus, and and the man tried to get him off of that, but he was like, "No, I'm for real. What you want me to move? I move it," and saying kaboom, and I'm like, "Huh?" I can understand if their faith believes that they can change certain aspects and certain things. I can understand some of it, but what was going on last night, it was like if he had any kind of credibility on it, and the other man was making him was looking bad, man. I didn't get that, and so don't be laughing at me. Don't be laughing at my stuff falling down. Come on, man, stop. And so, you know, I know if we have faith and we stick together and we believe anything is possible as long as we believe. And if we want to make things manifest, we had to believe it. Even when Jesus was healing the sick and raising the dead, he said that, he said, whatever you believe, let it be done to you. So I get that. I'm not debating none of that. But what was going on last night was like a game, and I really didn't like the way it was sounding, and so, oh Jesus, I'm getting all kinds of issues tonight, and so I was getting all, hey, how you doing? How you doing? And so I don't know what's going on, Lord Jesus. I'm getting all, it's trying to sign me in twice and three times, and I'm like, man, I'm not trying to do that. And so, um, I was telling them, I was like, man, look, I understand that God give us the ability to move mountains, and any issues that we have, we can deal with them. So I understood all that. I can understand some of that, but some of that was making it like hocus pocus. We can boom, done. Oh, I just messed up the universe. I'm like, what? You just messed up the universe? It's like a game, and I don't. And this is too serious to be playing games, man. I messed up the universe. Oh, you want me to fix it? Fix it back? What, huh? So I didn't understand. I didn't understand that part. I mean, I understand where they're trying to make a positive out of it, and God give us the authority and dominion over the world. I understand all that, but I just didn't understand all of the hocus pocus. I really didn't. I mean, it's one thing, and then trying to show us proof. You know, Jesus did that too. I understand that. He healed the sick and showed his power to Pharaoh, because he hardened Pharaoh's heart to show his miracles. I understand all of that. And so I'm not denying that it's still not possible. I think your faith has to be at a level to that. And so he might be onto something. So that's why I'm not putting him on blast for per se for some of that. That was his. I don't know if that was his wingman, but his wingman was really making the credibility that he was having seem uncredible. And so, I still say that I believe majority of this is negative. Even though you can make anything a positive if you think positive, you can make it positive. But I'm not going to go down that route where it's me that's doing it, because then I become part of the problem, and I know I'm not making it happen. It's happening because of the devil devices. Now, can we fix it with faith? Yes. It ain't nothing impossible for God. But God said, don't tempt him either. Eh? Don't tempt the Lord our God. So we don't supposed to be playing with him like we have the authority. We don't have God give us dominion, but everything goes through him. It don't go through us. It's through Jesus that we get our authority. It's through the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit we get our authority, not through ourselves. We can't do nothing without God and Jesus' permission. And so I see that ram of the Mandela effect, and then it's another ram that's going on with arguments and disrespect. That's why I didn't want to disrespect or talk against. I'm actually saying it could be some truth to it, so I'm not totally dissing the faith part and the ability to take yourself in a higher mind of state. I'm not dissing none of that. I'm just dissing the hocus pocus, like I made this, I messed up the universe, let me correct it, let me fix it. I didn't like that part. He was his wingman was throwing me off. And so and then I think my boy Brian got attacked earlier this week with some things that was, said to Damon. See, the devil don't play fair. He don't. He know where your weaknesses at, and he plays on them. If you have weaknesses on and that's them talking now. If you have weaknesses on people commenting on your videos, the devil going to use that. That's why I don't even really. I read the questions and some of the response, but if it become negative, I don't even block them. I just ignore it. It don't phase me, because my job is more important than giving them my energy and my space to throw me off of what I'm supposed to be doing. And so and so yeah, my cat then turned on Sirius. And so the Mandela effect is really it's causing people to have confusion now. It's causing people to fight with one another. It's causing people to try to make money off of it. I heard about the Mandela book that came out. How could you ever? I mean, it's all right to get the information out, but I'm not trying to make no money off of this, because the way it's going, it ain't gonna profit me none. Um, Now I don't hate on them to make the book. It's all right, but I'm not trying to gain fame and fortune in this. You know, I mean, I could make a Mandela effect music video if I wanted to, but I'm not trying to gain that popularity. You know, it's not a popularity case. You know, and I didn't get the book. I might try to read it to see what's in it, and but it's not all about that. It's about waking up folks, letting them know that things is happening, and get your life in order with God, and get your mind in the right place, get your family right, get your try to talk to your neighbors, and spread the word that time is at hand, and it's getting deep now. And so I don't know if my other subscribers don't like me no more. I've hurt their feelings, but I normally see Joey, and them in here, and so I don't know if they done moved on to another reality, or they just tired today. But I enjoy y'all 5 people. I wish I can get it up to 30, but I think I'm going to do it early in the morning. So I don't know if this might be my last night shift. I might try to do it at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the evening, where everybody is up and not tired and sleepy. I was trying to do a late night shift, but I did a early shift 3 days ago, and I had 25 people, so it was popping more, and they're not because I wanted to pop it. I guess more people are searching on the web at that time, and so I'm gonna let y'all know tonight. I might change my times to 2 o'clock in the evening. So um, just spread the word out. And anybody have any questions? Any questions? Any comments? Um, because I don't want to drag this too long, but I just was trying to share what I've been seeing, and I don't know if, because people, I think somebody else is trying to have a live stream when I'm having a live stream, and they had it earlier, so they probably be drawn over there, and I have it at 9, and he's still probably peaking, and so that's one of the problems I'll probably be having right now. So I'm gonna have to move it around, because there's no use of everybody, on at the same time. You know, huh? Yeah, yeah. Somebody they they study emailing me over here, but yeah, man. I'm not. I just want everybody to realize, man, this is not the time to fight with one another. This is not the time to try to beat one another out on anything. You know, I tell people all the time, you can have anything I got as far as content. If you need to tell people and let them know what's going on, you do that, man. I mean, because this is about getting the information out as fast as we can. I want to be a guest on one of your shows sometime. Oh, you want to be a guest? You can be a guest right now. You don't have to wait. And you can type in the link right now. I'm gonna put the link out here. Anybody like, oh, what's up, people? You can be a guest on my show anytime. You can type that link and be a guest. Only thing I ask you is to be respectful and don't know profanity, and you can come on right now. You ain't gotta wait. It's open to anybody that wanna Sunshine, you must have got a new cause I heard this name before, and that looked like a new picture. But yeah. And so the Mandela effect is still speeding up. I did a video that,
Hey,
for hey, how you doing?
all right, man. Just
Yeah, yeah,
sitting here
um,
chilling.
yeah, that's good, man. I was discussing what I've been hearing this week, and because there's a whole lot of stuff's been going on. I was on a conference call last night, and I just didn't feel that conference call. I can understand some of it, but like I say, that his wingman was messing it up for him. I mean, even if I wanted to believe in frequencies, the other man was acting like he God. Talking about, I'm God. I created all this, and he said they ain't waiting for that right now. And then he was like, I'm for real. So he wasn't playing. He wasn't just saying he was Jesus as a word. He was saying it as he was actually Jesus, and I just couldn't get down with that one.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. I was supposed to be on the Brian McFarland show tomorrow, but for some reason I can't get in. My Wi-Fi keeps messing up because we were going to talk, some about this Mandela effect and stuff. So,
Yeah, go ahead. Well, what you been experiencing? What's your
well,
experience?
mine started back in 2007. I was just noticing changes, Oscar Mayer, Chick-fil-A and all that, but I didn't,
In 2007?
yeah, I was living in Grand Rapids, Michigan. At the time, I was assistant basketball coach, assistant player for a IBL team called Grand Rapids Flight, which I played semi basketball and coached, but I basically was seeing changes, but I didn't know it was the Mandela effect. I didn't
Hmm.
understand it, but I noticed the changes.
Hmm.
Actually, I remember I took, which I live in Ohio, Chillicothe, Ohio, by Columbus, and
Hmm.
I was taking my mom to the airport in Cincinnati, which is an hour and a half drive.
Hmm.
And I had my grandma with me, and we went to the Chick-fil-A. Now, this is crazy. We stopped at the Chick-fil-A, and my grandma was like, that's when it was spelled CHIC.
Hmm.
And she was like, why is that spelled like that? That's
Hmm.
funny. That was the first time she ever ate there, and I said, I don't know. So the funny thing is, about 6 months later, after that, I went down the Chick-fil-A and it was spelled CHICK. But
Hmm.
like I, now I figured that's the right way it was supposed to be spelled anyway. So yeah, it was just strange, very strange.
Hmm. Yeah, and like I said, these things are happening faster and faster. And I think what's happening is everybody have pieces, and so you can't pinpoint and say this person right, this person right. I think everybody have pieces of the puzzle. Don't nobody have the whole piece all in one whop. You know, I know it's frequencies. I know it's dimensions. I know it's time shifts. I know it's reality right now. So, because if you have a computer that can just put things in to play right now, they don't even have to go to the past. But if they want to change in the past, they had. I don't know if they have to go in the past to change it, because maybe if they just delete it and type it now, it changes in the past already. So I don't know if they actually going to the past, changing it, or are they changing it now and it's rolling to the past? And so, like I say, it's a whole lot of. And then I noticed they taking all the T's away, every last T. It's something to do with these T's everywhere is either being jointed with something or the left side is being taken away, and all of them curled up now. And so
They're
that's
curled up
just
like sixes. It seems like they're curled up like sixes.
yeah, yeah. At first they had the little straight at the bottom; it was straight, and then they morphed it again and it started curling. And so I know that's taken away from the cross. That's one thing they taking away from the cross because if it's no straight up and down like how we used to write, and
Right.
I don't know, like I said, I don't know when these upside G's starting to happen, but I ain't never seen an A like a G, like like this. look
Right.
like a backward six. I never wrote an A like that, but that's everywhere you see. That's how A's are written. Either typed or any fonts that you see. That's how A is. That's how you see A's now.
Well, the A's are looking like upside down V's too.
Yeah, yeah, and like I say, it's and all of it means something. They know they're doing these symbols, and some of these stuff they doing for a purpose, and done some of them just test us to see how aware we are. To see to play with, because if you change one thing in the past, I don't care if it's seem to be many change. Like say, if I tear my tree down
Mm.
outside my house, you don't know what somebody could have got buried by that tree because they liked the tree, or somebody could have had a birthday by that tree, and so taking away the tree, that takes away that event because they didn't have his birthday right there. They didn't have, and so every small piece,
Like the butterfly effect.
uh,
Like the butterfly effect.
right, and so everything has a reason if you change small things, and so that's what people got to realize. That's what I worry about because right now, this week, a sister, Kat. I don't know if you never heard of her channel, but she, hey, how you doing today?
I'm good. How
Because
are
right
you?
now, I'm the, how you
Hey,
doing, man?
mute
What's
my mic.
happening, Matt? What's happening, buddy?
Hey, how are you guys doing?
All
Yeah,
right.
and she did a video about Jesus being a worm. I said, excuse me? I mean, a lot of people say, well, man, that was before Jesus. But then you go where it says men was worms. And I know I ain't no worm. I don't care. I know I ain't never going to be described as no worm. Somebody call me a worm, I'm ready to beat them up.
Right. Right.
And so some of the things that they changing, you don't even really need proof. Like couch. Couch didn't even exist in the Bible. Couch was named by this man named Couch in 1865. So how can couch be in the Bible?
I didn't know that. That's interesting.
Yeah, it said in the scripture where it says pick up your bed and walk. Now it says pick up your couch and walk. How can couch be there when couch didn't even exist?
Didn't
Right.
even exist. It didn't even exist back in that time.
Right, and so some of the things, even if you're being switched, or how they say, some of the people are being switched to that frequency. So to them, it's always been that way. But if you just do your little research, you say, well, couch didn't even exist back then. So how is couches in the Bible? Even if you remember reading it in the Bible when you was younger, if you were switched on that frequency, you just do process of elimination.
Yeah,
Couch doesn't exist.
that's true.
And so even the people that been switched to a different wavelength should can find that out. I mean, what you got to say, Matt?
Well, I was thinking about, I don't know. I was thinking about, I was thinking this the other day about and I don't know, this may or may not be Mandela effect, but do you remember back when Walmart had like the little slash between the Walmart, and now they have the weird the kind of like the shock sign, or the little dash thing. They had the didn't they have the dash for a real long time, and then they just decided to get rid of the.
Right, it's still in history now. They still got that in history.
I thought that was kind of weird. I don't know if that's.
I think that was mostly an upgrade of the logo itself, because it's still in history. You can still see it.
Okay.
Most of the stuff
Mhm.
that changes, you don't see it ever being existent. That logo that you just said, the one with the dash and between the wall and the mark,
Yeah.
it's still on Logopedia. It's still they changed it. But the problem with the Walmart sound now is, I remember when it had a full T, and now half of the T is gone.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
And so that they said that's always been like that. Now I know because you can't even find it in their history, and so some of it's just like the Audi, um, yeah, the Audi. Now the regular Audi symbol exists, the future Audi, but the old Audi, the second generation, it had a six, and it says always had a six, and it never had a six. I don't remember a six being there,
Yeah.
and it's always been there through the history. And so I think CERN is they bouncing because they don't want us to get um um too horned in on their predictability, so they flip flop things, or they switch what they're working on so that we won't stay on their tail. And so that's what I tell people all the time. You know, they act like they want you to know because they want to know who know so they can get everybody on the same frequency. But I think because God did it that way, that's why he gave everybody a different blood type. He can always give everybody the same blood type because we all got the same blood, but just the type is different. And so, you know, you got some of them types that's rare. And so I think he did that on purpose because he knew this day was come where it had to be some separation where they can't just change everybody's frequencies.
Yeah, yeah.
You got anything else? Yeah, I don't want to do all the talking.
Well, no, you're fine. I was just gonna say, I think I remember the Chick-fil-A thing. Like, it seems like I remember that like changed somewhat because I remember the C in there before, and then they just changed it to the K. I don't know when they did it, but I think I do remember that like changing or whatever.
And you know, and this is another thing they do. They getting people desensitized to the Mandela effect. And how I say they're getting people desensitized because they begin to show shows about time travel and parallel universe.
Yeah.
And now they're working on a movie, the Mandela Effect movie.
Oh, I think that's just to debunk it.
Oh, is it?
Right. You know, you see what I'm saying? They just doing this to make us seem like this is not credible. It's just entertainment.
Well, that makes I see what you're saying on that.
And so if they get people desensitized to it, like it's just a fab, or that's just a conspiracy theory. See, I took Mandela effect out of conspiracy theory when stuff in my house started changing. You know, because I know Google is part of the Mandela effect because they own parts of the D-Wave computer, the quantum computer. And so they can easily feed us all kinds of information because that's what we trust in. We trust in Google for all our visual and our data that when we research stuff. And so it's easy to change a map or photos to make it look like it's always been that way. But it's not as easy to do it in my house. Like I got things in my house that's changing. So I know it's not a conspiracy theory because it's happening in my house. I'm not just looking at a photo. I'm not just went to the store and bought a brand what maybe just came off the truck and they decided, okay, we're going to change this stuff because we all working together. No, it's stuff in my house that's changing. I have a pair of scissors that I give this story once before. I had a pair of scissors that I bought because I wanted to sew and I ain't wanted to I ain't want to do all this and stick myself. So I bought me a little sewing machine and I got some real good scissors. But the kids, you know how kids is, like to play with your stuff, mess with your stuff. They too the tip. You know, I don't know if they was bamming on it, but the tip was gone. And so I didn't want to throw them away. I was going to either put some tape on it and try to still use it because the blade was still good. So I stuck it in the drawer. And for months, maybe been there for a year, I don't know. But when I said, let me find me some scissors. So I went in my drawer trying to find some scissors, and the same scissors that was broke, it ain't broke no more. And my wife said, wasn't them scissors broke? I said, yeah, they was broke. So that tells me something has changed in my reality, and I didn't feel it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the creepy part. We are changing, and things around us is changing it, and we don't even feel it. We get some instances like maybe a headache or something like that, but we can't actually see the change that goes right around us.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like a blink of the eye.
Mm-hmm.
And so I know there's got to be some kind of dimensions because how did that change? How did them cells get unbroke?
Well, yeah.
Or I got pictures in my Google photo album that I ain't never took before. I'm saying, what is this? And I'm in it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like,
I was gonna say to you, I exercise a lot, and I have been aching. Cause I listened to your show the other night where you said you used to exercise and your wife exercises, and I could jog 2 or 3 miles on a treadmill, and then walk just like help my mom mow the yard, and I'm tired and wore out. This has been happening for like 15 years, and I'm always aching and everything, and I'm always a person that keeps in shape because I was just listening to your show the other night when you were talking about that. I think that's a part of it.
yeah, I know it is because the thing, I know I was fat and I wanted to exercise and get myself in shape. So I stopped eating meat for about 7 months. I didn't eat no meat. But what I didn't do is exercise at the same time. I stopped eating meat without exercise. But then at the tail end, I started exercising. I got from November to January. I could run on the treadmill for 30 minutes. Say this was a Sunday. I ran 30 minutes. Monday, I couldn't even walk. I couldn't even walk 10 feet. I said, what the world? It just happened it's like all of my exercise was for naught. Me building up my cardiovascular system and getting my stamina up, it was for nothing. It just got drained overnight. And so that's what made me knew something was going on. That's before I even knew about the Mandela effect. And I'm one of these people, if something happening that dramatic, I want to see what's going on. And that drew me to chemtrails. And after I got through chemtrails, that brought me to the Mandela effect. It was about last year. Last year about June. This will be a year. So I ain't been doing videos that long, but I noticed it. I noticed the Mandela effect in about May, April, one of them. But then I started doing videos in June because I just wanted to do see who else was going through it.
Uh-huh.
But that tripped me out because now I'm starting all over because now I went to the gym. I just started going back to the gym about a week ago, and I'm back at square one. I went on the treadmill and I'm like, God, dog. I was 3 minutes. I'm like, oh God, oh God. Now I'm up to 7 minutes now, so I'm getting better. But I hope I don't get to 30 minutes and I go back down to 5. And if I do, I'm quit. I ain't doing it no more. I said, you just have all my workout.
What I've been doing though is taking Bragg's apple cider vinegar, 2 tablespoons, one in the morning, one at night, and for about a month, it's been taking all my aches and pains away. Yeah, and Bragg's used to be Bragg's, now it's Bragg.
Yeah, you know what? I did do research on that. I got this stuff called Cambodia. That's some Cambodia or something. They said if you take that with that, the Cambodia.
I think I've heard of that. Yeah,
it's supposed to suck up take all the fats that you eat and turn it into energy.
Yeah,
and then you take the apple cider vinegar. I'm going to get some because I got the Heinz apple cider vinegar, and some people say no, you get the Bragg because that's more potent. So I'm going to get that tomorrow. But yeah, I'm trying to because I people asking me to speak now, and I don't want to be sitting up there talking about who want to see that, Lord Jesus, and I'm rushing, and people you look strange sitting down over there talking about. Well, let me sit down and talk. While they sitting down and comfortable, I gotta stand up.
There you go.
And so yeah, I'm on that. But like I said, man, this Mandela effect, it changing everybody's life, you know. And the thing I like, I hate to say the thing I like about it is that if your life ain't right and you thought you had time, and if you see it happening, you try to live your right life right. So that get people to stop saying, "Oh, I got time. I can do what I want to do, and I can do it later because later might not happen." Because, like I told somebody once before, I don't know when the end time is, but I know we're in the fourth quarter. I don't know when the buzzer gonna sound. I don't know how many minutes and seconds it is, but I know we playing ball. And we ain't in the first and second quarter no more.
Yeah, that's right.
Do you notice on all the president crap, I call it, that they keep saying we're in a different, it's not real. This the Trump stuff, they keep saying it's a time shift and a bunch of stuff. The news keeps joking about that, and that makes me wonder.
But see, no, they know. Trust me, they the league know what's going on, but they was told they better not say jack. They can hint and play around with the play words, but they ain't allowed to say yeah we mess with time because people ain't gonna like that if they just automatically just come up and say yeah we doing it. See, they gonna make it like something in the cosmos is doing or this planet that they say that's in the Kuiper belt is causing these shifts. And we're supposed to be having this full moon that's supposed to be happening in the daytime on the 23rd, where the day gonna turn night. And so they're gonna make all kinds of excuses. They're not gonna straight up come out and tell you. But some celebrities are being bold. But they tried to play it off. They say it, but then they play it off. There's one celebrity I was looking at. They was giving him an interview, and he was talking about conspiracy, and he was talking about the Mandela effect. He said, "Well, I know it was Sex in the City. I know it said, 'Look, I'm your father,' and then he say, you better live the day like it's your last, because Mandela effect might change it." And so it's these celebrities know. I was listening to ESPN 1000, and the man was saying something similar about what was going on in the time, and the other hosts like, you better leave that alone before you get in trouble. He was like, I'm just saying, and so they telling them, no, y'all can't say nothing because these countries are invested in this, but the problem is, um, eventually somebody gonna want it for themselves. That's what the problem gonna come in. That everybody ain't gonna be agreeing with everything if they can't benefit off of it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I didn't even know until I got on it, it's actually 30,000 of the machines around. There's one in Illinois where I'm at.
Talking about CERN, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then the guy that built D-Wave computer, he get a conference. It's like if they telling you stuff is going on and you not believing it, that's just like me telling you, I'm stealing out your house. And you see stuff missing, but you tell me, no, I know you ain't stealing out my house. But you see stuff missing. Come on now.
There's a guy that you need to listen to named Ross Ben, Rasben. He says this Mandela effect stuff's really the Philadelphia experiment. That, you ever heard of the Philadelphia experiment back in the 40s?
No.
Need to check it out. It's called the Philadelphia experiment. It's where a ship with Nikola Tesla and the coils went back in. Well, they actually went forward in time to 1944 to 1984. But yeah, you ought to check it out.
I'm
It's
gonna
supposed to
check
be a
it
true
out.
story. It's supposed to be a true story.
I'm gonna check that out. Hey, what's up? What's up? How you doing? How you doing? Let me see if somebody got any questions. Any of y'all got any questions that's on the line? And me and my boy can answer them if we can. You have any questions? Any comments? 'Cause, like I say, my show is always open. Because everybody has something to contribute. I'm not in it for popularity, so I'm gonna put the link because it's been a while. I'm gonna put the link in. And if y'all want to get in for a second. And I know it's late some places and it's early other places. I might change my time because I think a lot of people is trying to do their live shows at the same time, and then it's fine. It's like TV, pick and choose which one you want. But then um, some of these channels, I believe they don't have everybody in good. It's more about them. It's not waking up folks. And I just I like to keep it real. I don't say names, so y'all have to figure out the names y'all own. I don't put people on blast, but I know some of the stuff I've been hearing lately. That's not what this is supposed to be. This is not a challenge. This is not a popularity. This is not a because I tell people I don't want none of this to happen. It's not even funny. Yeah, I mean I don't want nobody to mess with time because if you mess with time, you can erase me from time. And so I don't think it's funny. I don't think it's funny. I don't think it's entertainment. I think it's demonic, and I think the people that's in it is not don't have my best interest in heart. When the last time you thought the government had your best interest in heart? Think about that. When the last time did the government have our best interest in heart? And so that's how I see it. You can go ahead and express something else if you want to. While I look at this and see if anybody got any questions.
Uh,
Um,
what I was going to say is the main one that affects me is the Bible changes.
oh yeah.
Because I mean, what it's doing, it's getting a lot of people to doubt what's in the Bible. And even though there's changes, I'm still reading it. And, I'm not gonna doubt it, but it does make one think like if they're changing certain things and say like I don't know what's all in the Bible, then I read something, then it'll make you think, well, is that a change too? So it what
Well,
they're doing, it is putting doubts. It's putting doubts in a lot of
now
people's.
this is what I had to say about the Bible. A lot of people are gonna be mad at me for what I'm about to say, but I'm gonna say it anyway. The
Mm,
Bible was not God. It was inspired by God, written by man. The word is Jesus, not the Bible. The word, that's a written word. The written word has been changing over history. That's why King James read it, because the Latin, when it went through Constantine, they handwritten it, and then they didn't allow them to. But when it was translated to Latin, they started messing up the Bible. And then King James and them had to retranslate it to make it put it back in order. And then you got all these other translations that totally different. They say they try to make it better to read, but that's why God give you pastor after his own heart to give you knowledge and understanding. And so he even said in Matthew, if a drop of tittle be taken from the word, even from the past, it's better. It's better that not do that. And so he wouldn't have put that warning in there if it wasn't capable. And then you get the point where it says you're gonna go to and fro seeking the word and ain't gonna be able to find it. That's Amos chapter 8. And then you have in the Bible where it says the devil's going to think about changing laws and times. And then it says it's going to be given to him for times, and divides of time. You want to know where that's at? That's in Daniel chapter 7:25. And so um, that the Bible it tells you the Bible tells you, been giving us warning for years, telling us to learn His word and hide it in your heart. rightfully dividing the word of truth. He knew to say that because he knew that the enemy was going to try to put lies in this. So because we didn't really study and show ourselves approved and put it in there like he said, now we scrambling because I know a whole lot of things shouldn't be in the Bible. First of all, Easter should not be in the Bible because that's a paganist holiday. I know couch shouldn't be in the Bible. I know college shouldn't be in the Bible. I know God didn't make Adam no apron. I know it was never the word whales. Now we made we made a conclusion that Jonah was in a whale, but it didn't ever say a whale. It says a big fish. He prepared a big fish, and so the word whales was never there. And even if it was there, it wouldn't have been in Genesis 125 because it says he created large sea creatures, but now it says he created large whales. That couldn't be right because Adam named the animals. So Adam wasn't in Genesis 125. So how the word whales, which is a name of a fish, will be there. See, that's just stuff like that. You get clues and people don't hone on to that. You know, I know for a fact God didn't say two men in one bed. There's no way in the world because that'll be speaking against what he said. A woman shouldn't lay with a woman like he do a man. A man shouldn't lay with a man like he do a woman. And he said that that's an abomination. So how could two men be in one bed? And so certain things I don't nitpick all of those little small changes because other people got that job. Cat do a very good job in that. And so, but when stuff like worm come in the Bible, I'm like, huh? Excuse me? And so, yeah, that's what I gotta say. Anybody else? My boy left me. Don't leave me. He made me. You dropping off. You coming in and out. That's all right. But yeah.
Yeah, I keep cutting out, man. I don't know if it's my phone or what. I'm sorry though.
No, don't worry about it. And so I know for a fact that the Bible, God's been warning us about what the devil's going to do to the Bible. But now we had to, and I'm a minister. I don't want to become a false prophet of the Bible. I don't want to be reading stuff to people, misleading them. And because I didn't take the time out to put all the words in my heart, now what's important, I got. Romans 10, 9 and 10, Proverbs 3 and 5. You know, I got the meat scriptures. So the stories, they can change the stories all they want. I know the stories. I might not know them word for word, but I know the stories. I know it shouldn't be Ark of the Testimony. It was the Ark of the Covenant. And so certain things in there, I can still preach without trying to read the Bible verbatim. Because if you do that, you'll be a misleader because it's changes in every part of the Bible now. When I first knew about the Mandela effect a year ago, it was like searching for the changes like a treasure. You couldn't hardly find them. Now every single page has a change. And so it's going to be a point where it's going to become unteachable because now you'll be teaching lies. You'll be that false prophet that God was talking about. And I'm not going to be a false prophet or a false teacher of the word. And that's what scares me because these preachers don't understand it's happening. So I'm telling them to tell them, look, get what you can get now before we won't have it. But now it's at a point where if you don't know the word, you're gonna be preaching that Jesus was a worm and that the Lord's Prayer said in earth instead of on earth. I mean, if you put somebody in earth, you're dead.
Queen Elizabeth's name's in there too.
And so yeah, and now you got Saint Matthew's, Saint John, and some of the changes is telling the truth, but some of them is making truthful lies. And God said you can't be either or. You got to be either hot or cold. You can't be lukewarm. And so I know Genesis is the first book of Moses. I know this, but it was never printed in the Bible. And now, if you got a study Bible, maybe, but it wasn't never there. And so that's not a bad change, but I know it was there. And see, so we accept some things because it's the truth, and then we make excuses for other things to try to make it be right when it's not right. I had a preacher try to do that with the worm thing. I say, how could you make that right? How could you try to make a good out of that? Well, Jesus is everything. Huh? Huh? And so this is what's happening. They try to make everything positive, and I don't like to be negative, but I can't. The Bible says you can't call bad good, and you can't call good bad. So you can't do that. If it's bad, you got to call it as it is. It's bad. It's not good. I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to. This is not the time we're living in now. Is not the time to make it. This is a time for soldiers. I'm sorry. If you're a Christian or a baby in Christ, I would tell you to stay away from most of this. Get your life right. Love God with all your heart, but stay away from this because if you're not on no meat, this will throw you. If you're still on Similac, you need to stay far from this. And because if you don't, it will throw your belief. Because see, the devil is coming just like Jesus did. And people don't understand, he not coming with no robe. He not coming with no flip-flops. He using right what we got to deceive us. And what you think gonna deceive people? Not nothing small. He gonna use what we like, technology. He's gonna use technology. That's why God say don't be ignorant of the devil's devices. Because the devil's about to have some devices. He got some devices because he's the prince of this earth. And so I tell people all the time, God give blessings and the devil give blessings too. But his blessings don't last. His blessings come with time restraints, consequences. So yeah. And so that's why I stay home on this, you know. I ain't gonna tell you I know the word verbatim, but because I don't, and I blame myself because I didn't think it was gonna ever happen on my watch. I read the Bible, I understood the Bible, and I can break down the Bible, but I didn't put every scripture in my heart like I supposed to. And if any pastor tell you he did, he lying. We can quote them, and we can get the meat scriptures, but we don't have the Bible verbatim. We ain't like that movie. What that movie was with Denzel Washington, for that Book of Eli, something like that. Was that the Book of Eli? Yeah, I think there was the Book of Eli. Ain't nobody like that. Any more questions out there? Yeah, and see, and so I tell people all the time, man, look, this is not about me because if I can give all these videos away, I give all my money away to stop this bull crap because this don't look like it's going to head to the right way, especially when even the weather, even they're saying we have record weather, even though I know Project Bluebeam is doing it in the government, doing weather modification. I don't know if they're doing it because they done messed up something or they just want to do it to use it as a weapon. But I know the weather is acting strange. The earth is heating up because the fishes are dying in the thousands. The whales are dying because the water's supposed to be a certain temperature, and they dying in the thousands. And so if people can't see this, that's because they choose not to. And so I don't want to be one of them workers that God say, get away from me, you worker of iniquity. I never knew you. And I don't want to be the one that help people, but I didn't believe in God myself and end up left behind. Why some people did get saved from what I said, But because my heart wasn't in the right place, I didn't make it in. And so I try to be real with everybody as far as much as I can, because this is really serious. That's why I literally try to stay away from all of the theories. The theories are fine, information is fine, but if you can't use it for to wake people up, or you're not changing, you need to just tell people, look, man, I just know something is going on, because you can be an educated fool, know everything, all from A to B, and then still be a fool. Because sometimes you get too smart that you can't listen. And I don't never want to be to that point where I can't hear. That's why I agree that everybody has a piece of this puzzle. We don't all have it all together, but we all have pieces. Do you think big arrests will be made on the? See, the devil is slick. He not going to fully make himself be exposed until he got everything in place, till he have the chips all in a row. Because if you really want to know, check this out. Kentucky, all of a sudden now they want to teach the Bible. After all of the changes, now they want to teach the Bible in public school. Now this is the kicker. The government is going to get the curriculum together. Come on now, not a pastor, but the government. And it's like an oxymoron, because down they say, well, yeah, it should be taught everywhere. Yeah, because you got your hands in it, of course. Anytime you tell a church to take a cross off church because it offend the new abomination of the world, but you want to teach the Bible. So I know they're gonna take that scripture out. That scripture where it says that homosexuality, or laying with a man and a woman laying with a woman, is an abomination. They're gonna take that out. That's getting out of the Bible, because they're not gonna teach that. We're not in that. We're in the acceptance world now. We're in it where everything that's pertaining to that we have to accept. If we don't accept it, we get ran over. Um, uh, the elite don't even exist. They ran the debt up to $20 trillion because they knew that the government is corrupt. Yeah, well, let me tell you, they ran the deficit up to $20 trillion, and I'm gonna tell you why they did it. They did it because they want the dollar to crash, because they know they got their money in gold and silver, so they want the dollar to crash so they can have one world currency. So, United States will no longer be the reserve currency of the world that the United Nations will, and so everybody will have one world currency and then a one world religion. That's the reason why they ran the deficit up to $20 trillion. We don't supposed to pay it. They want a calamity. They want catastrophe. That's why they've been putting these military vehicles all over the United States, because when they do make the dollar crash, they know people that's on the 150 million people that depends on the government, food stamps and public aid and Section 8 and all of this other program, is gonna be some mayhem. And then with the disasters that they saying is going to make it worse. So it's almost like they can pick and choose which one they're going to use, or they might just use every last one of them in tandem. So it'll be all kinds of out war conflict. So because they already said the planet is too overpopulated, so they can get people to kill one another and put people in FEMA camps and chip everybody. That's a good way, because they did the test last year where the food stamps in about 20 states didn't come on for about 24 days to see how long it would take before people would crash. Okay, let me see. Fight, fight, fight. Do you think the yeah? And so yeah, I mean, and like I tell people, man, I have faith in God and I believe God and I know that God said we have to have an armor and but what people got to realize is yes, we know the battle is going to be won by God at the end, but in every war it's a casualties. It's a casualties. It's mayhem. And so even in the Bible, when God had wars, He said take it by force. So it wasn't all spiritual. We just got to a point where we under grace and we forgot what physical fight is. We done put down our physical fight and just leaned on just faith alone. But God said faith without work is dead. So it takes action. It takes action with faith. Faith just don't work by itself. And so when the devil come, if God allow him to come before he take us on, it's gonna be some casualties. And that's when you really know who the soldiers of God is. Because I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. If they come and tell me they're gonna chop my head off, I know I'm going with God, so I'm not stopping. So there's no purpose in them even trying it. My wife don't like that sentiment. But I know time. I know if they can mess with time, I know all of this is real. Only thing they did was confirm that God is real to me. They done confirmed everything I believed anyway. So I don't fear the body. God said in the Bible, don't worry about who can kill the body, worry about who can kill the soul. So we're gonna come to a point where the rubber gotta meet the road. But I don't fear. I have no fear. There's no power over us. We ain't in their system. We are leaving it. Okay. Real can't change again. Yeah, yeah. And see, I don't know. I don't know if that's imagery that they feeding us because I haven't did X-rays in my own body, so I can't tell you definitively that my rib cage has changed because I haven't looked inside of my body. I haven't got an X-ray for myself, but according to Google, which is part of this system, according to the imagery that they feeding us, yes, it has changed. But do I know definitively because I haven't checked? I didn't went to the doctor and told the doctor to give me a full body X-ray so I can look for myself. So some of it you have to take with a grain of salt. Yeah. And so, um, oh, you can. Well, I don't know if I can do it. I'm a fat man. My bones are way deep. I got to get on that treadmill a little bit more to feel that. Because I can't feel no bones. I feel nothing but solid meat. And so I definitely need to get an x-ray. You know, I'll be funny sometimes. But I don't want to hold you all too long as I'm over an hour now. And so, and my phone. Take myself off mute. Can y'all hear me now? Yeah, okay. And so I don't want to hold y'all too long. I don't want to hold y'all too long because I know I always say hour, and I don't want to be like that. But I thank you all for coming out, and I appreciate you all. Hey, Sunshine. Um, uh, and so I'm gonna go ahead and pray us out, Father God. I thank you for every member, every subscriber on this line. I thank you for the input of the two guests that I had. I thank you for letting them express themselves and come on to the show. I appreciate every last one that deals with my commentary, my mistakes, my ups and downs. You know, if I make any mistakes, that I'm not trying to do it intentionally. I thank you that people are being woke, and God, I thank you for every reporter out there, you know, that have pieces of the puzzle and that is doing a great work. Um, I pray for the ones that's being attacked. You know, I pray that they keep their faith up and keep their mind intact and know that I appreciate them as long as their subscriber base appreciate them, God, because we are one body in Christ, God. We're all out to try to lift up one another and get one another in the right place that they need to be, God. Watch over everybody that's on this line. If they going to bed, God, God, give them a nice rest to sleep. If they going to work, God, give them the best work they ever had. And if they just in walking up in the middle of the day, God, let the rest of the day be fine, God. Until we meet again, God, I thank you and I thank every last one of them. And God bless every last one of you all. Bye bye. Amen.